Studio Trigger has always been kept at a close distance from me. I feel obligated to watch most things released under their name because of how beautiful the animation always is, how much detail they put into each and every episode, and for the drive they have to always be creative and unique. However, fan service originally capitalized why it took me so long to get into anime. I had watched too many shows that crumbled under overuse of fan service, leaving little to no story behind by the end of it. And that's where Trigger kind of falls apart from me. Kill La Kill is really good. It's so widely known for a reason and is likely the champion of Studio Trigger's anime releases. The combat is memorable and rich, the visuals are gorgeous, and it is more than unique enough to keep you interested. And while it is a satire on the magical girl genre, the fan service of the satire is so heavy and derails the journey more often than it should. Darling in the Franxx was already destined to upset me because it's a mech anime and that might be my personal least favorite genre, but I'm always open to something surprising me. Snorlaxicus on the channel kept saying I would like it, so I watched the whole thing and damn, that was 1,000 times better than I expected. Especially considering the first thing I had ever been told about the show is that it is a mech show in which they have to pilot the mechs like this? In doggy style? Okay. Now don't get me wrong, I don't love the show. The ending is bad and there is a ton of over-explanation, but it's way more tame on fan service than Kill La Kill. The character development is solid, the animation is colorful and fluid, and it's got my number one waifu in it, Ichigo. But still, the cons almost met the pros. But this video isn't about those. I'm destined to make individual videos on those anime at some point, I'm sure, but the point I'm making is that nothing on Trigger was able to go too high on a personal ranking because of all the issues I had with it. That was until I checked out Kiznaiver. No one in my small town group of friends had ever talked about this show, and it slipped through the cracks for me when it was released. But when I saw Eyepatch Wolf's recommendation of the show in his What You Should Watch Spring Anime 2016, I immediately followed that by logging into Crunchyroll and starting up the first episode. The show is absolutely incredible. 7 completely different kids are abducted and forced to join the Kiznaiver system, in which they can feel all physical pain any one person endures. They get these missions they have to complete in order to limit pain and prevent the failure of the Kiznaiver system. It grows to something much, much more, and I won't spoil all of that, but while the plot of the story sounds like a suspenseful thriller, it's instead an emotional roller coaster that builds and breaks relationships as these kids try to adapt and grow together, despite being so different. The focus from beginning to end is friendship. There's no big bad guy villain they need to take down. There's no intense combat scenes. It's absolutely nothing like anything else Studio Trigger has released. And that's why it's damn near perfect. It so easily could have acquired the edginess of Tokyo Ghoul, or spiraled into some weird action-focused creation, also like Tokyo Ghoul, or even got locked up in the comedy like Akame ga Kill, but it didn't. Sure, the ending of the show is a little rushed, and I feel the show would have been a masterpiece with more than 13 episodes, but I got a lot more character development out of these guys in 13 episodes than any other show the same episode count. The characters you hate you'll grow to love, and the characters you love you may grow to hate. I especially enjoyed the character Suguhito, following the popular pretty boy character trope, but later revealed that he was a fat kid in middle school, and while originally seeming like the brutally honest snob, opens up into an instinctive, caring person with a lot of heart. The characters don't feel like they're playing a role, though it may seem that way at first. The concept of the Kiznaiver system forces the flawed character traits of everyone to be thrown out in the open to the others in the group, causing characters to quickly reflect on the simple fact that everyone is human. I can sound like a broken record constantly talking about the perfection in their animation of this show, but instead I've decided to just show you a couple of moments that really stood out for me visually.
どうダースキになった？
はい、なりました。
んじゃあさ、もう一回コンビニ持ってきてくんないかな。かまいし！プリプリ！ヒップ！サマー！
In just about everything Studio Trigger has made, the interactions between characters are especially well done. So it comes as no surprise that this show, focusing primarily between conversation between characters in the group, turned out so well for me. The general score of the show kinda shocked me, but I think most reviewers have spent too much time focused on the structure of the plot and the Kizna system to appreciate their time with the happiness, sadness, and every feeling in between that the characters went through. I absolutely loved this show, and I couldn't recommend it more. It isn't a perfect 10, but it impressed the hell out of me, easily becoming my favorite creation by Studio Trigger. If you guys have checked it out before, let me know what you think about it. Thanks for watching. Give me a follow on Twitter over at Kimbo Steezy or my anime Twitter account over at Scuba Drop. See ya.